Crystal, you seem very involved in the songwriting process, but what was it like for you to take over vocal duties since you joined the band?
Well, I'm actually a guitar player, so the fact that I'm doing vocals is kind of a little different, and it was more to add. I didn't want to take away from the band. I know that Ben had been wanting to maybe find a vocalist for some time to give him more, less pressure on playing, and singing at the same time. So I like the fact that we had the combined vocal and stuff, so it was more to add a layer and give have someone that can move around a little more and give him a little more freedom to focus on the guitar a little more as well.
That's something funny because people seeing Crystal sing in the band, and all the time I get the question, do you still sing in the band? Yeah, I'm doing again vocals, but it's just I'm more focused on my guitar play. And even when I started the band with Dan, I was supposed only to be the rhythm guitar, and I finally was a singer and doing some solos. And for me, it was not my place, but I just work with that. And, maybe that's what Trapor sounds to at the same time. But I'm really happy now that I can focus more on just my guitar and focusing sometimes on vocals, but not really complicated things. So it's pretty good, pretty fun for me that I can do right now. So.
And again, adding an extra dynamic too. It's just really adding more layers to the band, I think. So.
But how did you get into your singing style? Was there any particular influence? How did you get it?
Well, I'm from the West Coast. Actually, I'm from Vancouver Island, originally from Port Alberni, and I lived in Victoria for some time after, but I spent some time, I lived in New Clulet and worked in Tofino. There's about a 35-minute drive in between, and it was about 2002, 2003. I was working out there, driving back and forth every day, and I just was bored. So I figured, why not try and teach myself some death vocals for the fun of it, and just ended up taking it from there. They had karaoke out there, so I would take my metal CDs for fun, just to, start getting over the stage fright of things and just seeing how it would go, and people responded really well, and I mean, it's just something I was able to keep practicing. It just kind of was a fluke. It was just something that I just did for fun because I enjoyed it. I like to sing a lot too.
Talk about this.
I don't know. It's a good story. I find it interesting. It's cool. So,
My life.
No, but as far as vocal influences go, I mean, Chuck from Death, Pete Tanger from Hypocrisy, those would be my two
Lady
top.
Gaga?
Actually, I like Lady Gaga. You can edit that out now.
But so you came to Montreal to be in the band, and you're very much involved in the metal scene.
Actually, I came to Montreal to actually find the band. I did radio for a long time, and I used to play these guys, and I was here for just about 6-7 months, and randomly asked him if he needed some help, and I was lucky, and he said yes. So
I was drunk. No, kidding.
But you do seem as someone who's very dedicated to the metal scene and the genre itself.
Since probably around 1989, so I've been living it for a while, and it's brought me here. So
You're so old.
I know. That's why you guys call me Cougar, right?
Yeah. Crystal.
But do you find that there's actually a trend for bands to be more female-fronted nowadays? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, back when I was in the metal scene in the beginning, I mean, there was really not much, a lot. And as the years have progressed on, more and more influences of women have been coming out. And I think the media also has been focusing a lot more on women, where they didn't really before as well. So I just think it's the more that they've been able to do it, more girls have seen, oh my, I can actually do this. So, I mean, I'm sure it's a different reason for everybody. I mean, like I said, when I started, I used to go to metal shows and there'd be like no girls in the pits. There'd be not really any bands.
But I'm not sure that people, when they're talking about our band, that they're thinking, oh, that's the band with the chicks singing. I think we're an old band, so that's
already an identity.
So it's not like they gotta say, okay, you're gonna see Arch Enemy, for example, or just for a local band like Chaos, because there's a female singing. That's cool. But I think the people just know the band for 10 years, and it's just adding in the band. That's it. So it's not really something like really. it's not really important.
not the focus.
No,
Well,
it's not
that's why
focus.
I enjoy this as well, because it wasn't about that either.
Yeah.
It was the fact of being able to take this band and make it something more. So it really has nothing to do with female, but I am very honored the fact that the scene here in Montreal especially, there's a lot of females in metal, and it's really good to see that here.
Yeah, it's good.
Less the guys on stage.
Well, Etienne, you're originally from Montreal, but you've toured with a lot of different bands internationally. So how do you feel to be playing at Café Campus tonight?
Oh,
Café Chaos, I'm sorry.
oops. Yeah, they're different. No, but I've played with the Negativa here. There was the thing the first time I played here, and it was kind of really intimate show because it was like just a release, a party release kind of. And that's now they're another sound system, and it's supposed to really be like better than it was like in the past years. And so I don't know. I enjoy playing there. And we played. We might play anywhere after.
For anybody who doesn't know this guy, he's like a super big fan of music. So no matter where he's been, he's always down to play drums or whatever. That's so. He's not like, oh, I'm playing in a small club or bar or whatever. He's like, I just want to play. So.
That sounds good.
And especially well with this place, I mean, every band in Montreal has played here at least once.
Sure.
So it's it's definitely one of the starting points to go back to the roots a little bit. So that's why we were doing it for sure for the love of.
It's not
playing
because
here.
we play like we said before with Montreal at the Club Soda that okay we stay gonna play just in bigger place. We're happy to play everywhere.
Well,
so.
that's it. My second show with these guys was at Club Soda opening for Sepultura. So and now we're back here too. So it's so good. Though.
That's why we're playing smaller venue now.
A new musical direction and a new album coming up. Do you have any last message for the Montreal metal scene?
Be prepared. We're gonna make it worth every ounce of every headbang that's gonna come.
Pack a lot of Advil. Pack a lot of Advil.
Well, thanks a lot for your time, and thanks a lot for telling us so much about your band and the new lineup. And I'm sure the show is going to be awesome tonight, so thanks and all the best.